If you're looking to purchase an existing business and you're wondering, how do I take that first step? How do I reach out to another business owner and be like, hey, have you ever thought of selling? That is exactly what we're gonna cover in this video today, because if you do the wrong reach out, you're gonna get a lot of quick no's or a lot of just non-responses, and it ends up feeling like a big waste of time. But with the right strategy, you can find some of the best deals by reaching out directly to existing business owners. I'm Amy Walker, and welcome back to Amy Exits, where we talk all things buying and selling businesses. In this video, we are deep diving into the art of making the first move, reaching out to that business owner to see, is there any possibility? Are they interested in selling? Would they be interested in selling to you? It might sound daunting, but with the right approach, you really can open doors that you didn't think would be possible. I'm consistently amazed at the people that are interested in selling that I would have thought would never even consider a conversation. So I'm going to walk you through the step-by-step strategies for identifying potential business opportunities, crafting your initial reach outs, and effectively communicating your interest in a way that's respectful and professional, but most importantly, successful. So before we jump into the nuts and bolts, let me just ask a question. Have you ever reached out to a business owner and asked if it's for sale? Let me know in the comments below. I have a good friend who was at the dry cleaner in our local town, and he was looking around. He's like, this guy's kind of old. This business seems like it's been here for a while. And he just asked the question like, hey, have you ever thought about selling? And he didn't end up buying the business, but the business owner was like, I've never really thought about it, but I am getting close to retirement age. They went through the due diligence process. My friend decided not to buy it. But when we were at the dry cleaner last week, there's a new owner. And so that process of just asking sometimes is the thing that they need as the catalyst to start thinking through retirement and coming up with a good exit plan. So I don't think there is ever any harm in asking, and I'd love to hear your stories as well. Navigating these conversations can be a little bit tricky. In my experience of both buying and selling businesses, I've really learned what works and what doesn't. So whether it's crafting the perfect cold email or making that first phone call, I'm here to share my insights and help you make those next connections that could potentially lead to your next big venture. By the end of this video, you're gonna have 5 different reach out strategy approaches that have all been the most successful for me and for my clients. And you're gonna have a clear understanding of how to approach these business owners in a way that leads to conversations and discussions about selling their business. This isn't just about making a transaction. It's about building relationships. And as you find relationships, what will happen is deals start getting brought to you because people know you, they like you, they trust you, and they know what you're looking for. So whether this initial reach out turns into anything or not, it doesn't really matter. Down the road, I promise, it is going to yield great results from your efforts. Strategy number 1 is to position yourself as the inquisitive student. This works especially well when you're looking into going into a new industry and you don't actually know a lot about it. You want to start by positioning yourself as a student eager to learn more about the industry. This approach is really non-threatening and it can lead to very informative discussions. So when you're drafting your email or your phone call or your message, you're going to want to express your admiration for their business and what they've been able to accomplish. You're going to let them know that you're looking at coming into the industry and that you'd really love to buy them lunch and learn a little bit more from their years of experience and what advice they would give someone that is just getting started. I find that we like to help. People in general like to help. And when you're offering them lunch or even just offering them support in other ways, bringing your skill set to the table, I feel like most people are open to having a conversation with you. And once you get into the conversation, now you can start to ask questions and really build rapport. And during that time, you can ask questions about, well, what comes next for you? How much longer are you looking to keep working before you retire? And have you ever thought about selling, and what would that look like for you? And remember, the goal of these is not to come in and get a yes right off the bat. That would be kind of like going on a first date and being like, so we're gonna get married, right? Like, that's why I'm in this relationship. How about you? And the other person's like, I literally just met you and I do not know why we're having this conversation. Jumping into, I want to buy your business right off the bat can feel a little bit like that, and it can feel a little bit threatening. So as we go in and we build relationships and we find out what they're looking for and we open the door, that allows us to then be able to throw in, I'm really considering buying a business in your space. And I would love if you or anybody in your network is looking to sell, if you would send them my way, because, I feel like buying a business from somebody wanting to retire helps me continue on their legacy. And it's going to be a better start for me as well versus doing the startup from scratch. Those are going to plant seeds that over time will grow into the deals that you are looking for. The next strategy is really good if you're already in the industry and you're looking to expand through acquisition. You're trying to hit multiples arbitrage and increase the valuation of your company, and you need to buy other people that are technically your competitors. What you're going to do is reach out as an industry colleague. If you're in the same industry already, you want to leverage that position. And so you're going to reach out and say, hey, I'd love to get together. I own such and such business. Would love to share, kind of discuss market trends. You can just make it a friendly get to know you. And again, you're exploring any potential synergies between your operations. And this peer-to-peer approach really builds a sense of camaraderie and friendship, making it a lot easier to transition naturally into that discussion about the future of their business. And again, just letting them know, hey, I don't know if you or any of the people in your influence are looking to retire in the next few years, but I'm definitely looking to grow, looking to buy, and would just love to keep that door open and see where it goes. And some of them will open up and say, yeah, actually, I am interested in selling. What have you got in mind? And some of them, it might take a little bit longer, but those relationships, again, we're planting seeds. The third approach is probably the approach that I would take if you're wanting to move quickest into the potential acquisition. And this is reaching out as an interested investor. So approaching as an investor looking to expand in the industry can immediately signal serious intent. It really highlights your background and your area of expertise by making that more direct offer. You're going to express your admiration for their business again, inquire about some of their challenges and achievements, show genuine interest in their story, and what they want for their business as they transition out. But what I would do is just reach out and say, hey, I'm actually an investor. I'm looking to invest within your industry. Would you be open to having a conversation and see what that might look like, and see where it goes? I mean, honestly, most of this is relationship building. And as you are consistent with your relationship building, which could be as little as like 10 reach outs a week, you will start building a network, and the deals then start coming to you because, again, you've planted all these seeds and all these people know what you're looking for. And as they talk with other people, they facilitate those introductions. Number 4 is one that has worked really well for me over the years, and it's seeking an interview. We actually, when we first started our reach out within a specific buy box, we were getting zero traction. Like, for the life of me, I couldn't get people to respond or be interested at all. And we were using more of the investor approach. And then I realized that within this specific buy box, it really is, these are relationship-based people. They've always run their businesses off of just taking good care of their team members, taking good care of their clients and customers. And so I was like, you know what, let's switch our approach. Let's go towards interviews. So with this, you are requesting an interview for a blog or a podcast or some sort of industry research or article that you're going to be writing, and you're asking if you can interview them. This message provides a platform for the owner to share their experiences and their story and create that natural environment for building relationships. And then during the conversation, you are gearing the conversation towards things like the future of their business and long-term goals and laying that groundwork for the future of their company. And again, you then can plant those seeds like, hey, I'd really be interested in buying within your industry and looking to get into it. So if you or anyone you know is looking to sell or retire in the next few years, I would love to have that conversation. All right, let's talk about my no-nos and the red flags that I don't want you to do here. So don't make vague requests. I hate when people send me messages and they say, I'd love to chat about business. I'm like, why? Because you want to pitch me something? You want to sell me something? You're interested in hiring me? When I get those types of requests, it's an immediate turnoff and I say no. So do other people. The second thing is like jumping in directly and sending them a cold email to say, hey, do you want to sell your business to me? Like, no, they don't know you. There's no rapport, there's no trust, there's no context. It comes out of the blue. And those types of requests, I feel like, are also a little bit off-putting. The other thing is really long emails. So when somebody sends me a lot of detail, what happens is I inevitably look at it and like, I'm gonna have to come back to this later. And then I get busy, I don't have time, and I am less likely to respond. And so are other people. Reaching out to business owners with the prospect of buying their business requires some tact. some strategy, a bit of creativity. So whether you position yourself as a student, a colleague, an investor, or an interviewer, the goal is the same. It's to build a relationship based on respect and genuine interest. And remember that successful outreach is just as much about listening as it is about talking. It's about finding common ground and gradually exploring the possibility of a future transaction. So which of these strategies resonates the most with you? I would love to hear from you down below in the comments, or maybe you've had success with a different approach. Please share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated with more insights on buying and selling businesses, because your next opportunity might be just one conversation away. Now that you watched this video on reach out strategies, I want you to go check out the next video on how to find off marketplace deals, because this is oftentimes where the best deals are. All right, friend, keep growing, keep building, and let's get you to your 8-figure exit.